Today's video is about UK tax in 2022 and crypto tax in 2022. This video is not advice, this video is information only. And if you like today's video, give me a like and subscribe to the channel, help me get the content out there. Now, before you nod off, I know tax can seem a boring subject, but it's important. Especially if you're serious about becoming an investor. You don't want a nasty surprise further down the line because of a lack of understanding. You don't want a hefty bill because you didn't put your tax money away. In today's video, I'm going to be talking about not understanding tax. I'm going to be talking about tax in 2022 in the UK. And to finish off, I'm going to be also talking about crypto tax in 2022. So stick around. You might think it's a boring subject, difficult. We don't like paying our tax. A lot of us in the UK. It can be quite painful, but it's very important to understand your own tax situation, and that's what I'm going to try and reiterate in today's video. Not understanding tax, not putting tax money away. This is a big one. And this was me back in 2012 when I first started as a limited company, Duffy Electrical. This caused me stress and anxiety. This meant I had to find tax money, like having to get a loan to pay a tax bill. And I'd done this 2 years in a row. Even though I had money in premium bonds, I still got a loan to pay my tax bill. And like I said, this just led to stress and anxiety because I didn't understand tax. Please learn about tax because it will serve you. It will help you with your personal finance and your investing. Now, tax changes brought in by the UK government relating to property by George Osborne meant another few years of not buying rental properties. So this was around 2015 and was related to Section 24. Basically, the changes meant that you were going to be charged tax on all rent received, not just profit. And instead of learning about it, understanding the tax changes properly, I just went in a mood about it, buried my head in the sand, and this led to another 3 years without buying another rental property. All in all, I had a 12-year gap between rental number 3 and rental number 4. And part of that was not understanding tax. Don't let this be you. Learn from my mistakes. UK tax in 2021 and 2022 for limited companies. The current tax rate is in 2022 is 19%. We're going to use an £80,000 turnover as an example, and we're going to use a small electrical company and call them Company A. Let us imagine Company A has earned 80,000 and their accountants managed to knock off £20,000 in expenses from the top line. So they now pay corporation tax on £60,000, and that would be 11,400, which is 19% of 60,000. The money left over after expenses and corporation tax is 48,600. Now, that money left over, the first 12,500 is tax-free. This leaves 36,100 to spend. This will be classed as dividend payments. Looking at dividends, the first 2,000 is tax-free. The remaining 34,100 is taxed at 7.5%. And this totals 2,707. This will take the total tax for Company A in 2021 and 2022 to 14,107. Looking at self-assessment tax, the 11,400, this figure up here, 19% of 60,000, will be paid to HMRC corporation tax. The 2,707, which was your dividends tax, falls under self-assessment, and that needs to be completed by the end of January to avoid fines. Now, this little example is just me understanding tax for limited companies. learn about tax specific to you. Learn about your tax for your situation. Now, here below is what's coming in 2022 and 2023 for limited companies. Corporation tax, 19%, that's no change. Personal allowance is going to be 12,750, an increase of 250. Dividend tax rate, your basic rate between 14,500 and 50,000 will be 8.75%, and that's up by 1.25%. The dividend tax rate higher rate between 50,000 and £1 to 150,000 will be 33.75%, up by 1.25%. Yeah, additional rate, and that's over £150,000 and £1, will be 39.35%, up by 1.25%. And like I said at the start of the video, the little warning about April 2023 is the corporation tax will increase to 25%. Now, this is a mindset thing. It's not good. We can be miserable about it, we can be negative about it, but it is what it is. And it's the same for every limited company. So we're going to have to deal with it, and it's about perspective. Just try and keep a positive mindset and work your way around it. And the last thing I want to cover is crypto tax. And this is as I understand it in 2022. So just a quick one on crypto tax. Remember, this is 100% not advice, especially when it comes to crypto tax. It's a bit of a grey area. This is just what I think based on my current knowledge. Right, you pay tax on Bitcoin and on other crypto assets on any capital gain. If you sell it, exchange it for another crypto token or send it to someone else, you'll be charged tax on any profits made. But you won't be charged tax if you just leave it there. So if you have 10 BTC, 10 Bitcoin, for example, tucked away, you don't have to pay tax while you're holding it or while you're hodling it, as they say. You only pay tax when you sell it, exchange it, or transfer it to someone else. So this is crypto tax as I understand it in 2022. Don't take my word for it. Go away, do your own research on tax from your income, your property tax, your tax that you earn from stocks and shares, for example, or forex trading, and tax on any capital gains from your crypto tax. Just try and fully understand your own tax situation. As you've probably noticed, the majority of this video is regarding limited companies, the tax situation for a limited company, because it's applicable to me and my situation. So what's important is you and your situation, your tax situation. If you PAYE, for example, all your tax is probably covered. You don't really need to think about it because it comes out automatically. But in my opinion, it's still worth understanding tax because it could affect you. You could be on the higher tax threshold, 50,000 or just under, and you might have a few rental properties, for example. Now imagine you earn 50,000, so you're just below the higher tax bracket, and you've got 5 rental properties. Each rental property brings in £6,000 per annum in rent. So you've got 5 rental properties and they're bringing in £30,000 in rent per annum. If you earn 50,000 and you've also got the rent coming in, that 30,000 rent will be taxed at a higher rate because the HMRC will see it as you don't earn 50,000, you earn 80,000. With property tax, you're not just taxed on your profits anymore, like I've already discussed. You're taxed on the full rent amount. So just fully understand your own tax situation. Whether you're a limited company, PAYE, whatever your situation is, it's worth understanding. Understanding tax is a big part of financial literacy. And in my opinion, if you can get your personal finances sorted out, personal finances right, and you can invest at the end of the month, you've got spare money to invest in, If you become financially literate, you understand money, you understand things like tax, then you can go on and invest. Then you can go on and invest with skill, and you can invest your way towards financial independence and financial freedom. It's massively important. Why not live life on your own terms? Why not be financially free and have the freedom to spend more time with people that you love, do things that you love, rather than going to your 9 to 5 that you probably don't even like, being miserable on a Monday morning? Why not be happy on a Monday morning, as happy as you would be on a Friday afternoon? That's what I want, and that's what I want for anyone watching these videos. I want you to become financially literate. I want you to understand things like tax, and I want you to go away and invest with skill. Invest towards financial freedom. So if you've liked today's video, give me a like, subscribe to the channel, help me get the content out there. And for some more useful information on personal finance and investing, check out the video description, and thanks for listening.